Hello everybody and welcome to the Blu-Review. Today we are talking about Sony's Untraceable. Okay, let me start off by saying this is a pretty nice disc. The transfer for this one is pretty much an A+. It's a winner. It looks as good as just about anything I've ever seen. On the negative side, it's not really that great of a movie. First of all, it's a movie about technology, and Hollywood should just stop making movies about technology because they know absolutely nothing about technology. I know very little about computers, but I do know enough that if the FBI wanted to, they can shut down websites. It's not that entirely difficult because someone has to host that website unless you're running it off your own computer, and then there isn't a whole lot of ways you can disguise your ISP because somebody has to be able to log into that to get onto the website. So it's just kind of stupid, and they try and work in some web jargon so that to fool people, and it would definitely fool my mom. She wouldn't know anything about it, but it didn't fool me, and it was kind of stupid from the get-go. It's one of those movies where you can just see the Hollywood pitch meeting where some 40-year-old dude that has an iPhone and thinks he's 25 but really he's 40 is going in there trying to pitch this movie like, okay man, it's like Saw but on the internet. And some fat cat Hollywood executive going, hey, them kids love the internet. And then some other one go, yeah, they love that YouTube. Hey, that's where we could get all of our new talent. And we wouldn't have to pay them very much. No more having to look through them, acting schools and finding people with talent. Let's just check out the YouTube. Sorry. Anyways, it's just that kind of movie. It's also a really, really fucking preachy film. And the ridiculousness of it is that the whole movie, is one big message about how obsessed with, violence and gore and shit we are, in a movie that is literally, had more blood in it than there will be blood. I mean, there will be a shitload of blood. Because all of the scenes are enormously graphic. One guy bleeds to death. Another guy is fried to death by halogen light bulbs or something. And another guy is soaked in battery acid. And let me tell you, they really revel in this gory goriness. There's blood, there's, peeling, popping, boiling skin. There is, fingers, like bones and shit where all the flesh and meat has been eaten away by the battery acid. I mean, it's just as gory as shit. No, it's not as gory as some movies, obviously, the horror films that literally are just like bloodbaths. But it's pretty fucking gory. For a movie that's trying to, explain to you you shouldn't, be so, all hellfired about seeing somebody really get killed. And also, it spends, way too much time on exposition. At the end of the movie, the killer is just talking about in the future people will pay to see execution. People aren't paying for jack shit on the internet. What makes you think they're going to drop down $10 to see somebody get killed? They'll wait till somebody else drops down $10, steal their password, and watch it for free. That's what they do on the internet. It is the promise of communism without all of the communism. Also, my biggest problem with this movie is it's pretty much a premature ejaculator. What is that? It's a thriller movie where they basically tell you who the killer is way too fucking early in the movie. Once you know who the killer is, it's not scary anymore. Now, Silence of the Lamb kind of did it effectively because it really wasn't about the killer, and the killer didn't do a whole lot of talking. You saw him, but he was still mysterious enough that it was creepy. This one, they might as well showed him, had him hold up an ID card, and you just knew every fucking thing about him. It just stopped being scary. It wasn't Silence of the Lamb. And it just fucking premature ejaculated all over the place. And then you have to sit there, about 30 minutes to 45 minutes into the movie, they show the killer. The rest of the movie, you're just sitting there, just like, this was good. And now, not so much. I'm unfulfilled. Alright, to wrap it up, Untraceable, great disc. I'm a great looking Blu-ray disc. Not such a great movie. But it's not a bad movie. It's just I've seen way too many of these type of movies. And I just knew what was coming from the very beginning. They didn't put a whole lot of effort into telling into the actual script of this movie. It was kind of poorly written, but hey, if you're a fan of this movie, more power to you. Go check it out on Blu-ray. It's certainly worth renting, and it's only about an hour and 40 minutes long. Check it out. Peace.